Sunday, 8 p.m.
The Miami Grand Prix.
We are having a party.
It's going to be a lot of fun. We got Sand, we got Sam.
I'm Sam.
We've got all of us in the studio. It's going to be a great night.
We're ready to go, and we'll see you there. Here at On Track GP.
See you.
Let's talk about Newcastle.
Come on.
Massive game tomorrow
Come on,
against
big
the
boys.
Gunners. You did the dirt on them last time. They went up there. Before I get into talking about which targets you could be looking at in the summer,
Oh, man.
tomorrow's game, massive for both teams, obviously, but if they drop points, tomorrow, is that it over officially, the
Listen,
title race?
If you're in a place where you need points, right? If you're probably in the bottom three or you're trying to get top four, win the league, the last place you want to go to is Newcastle.
True.
Because the only team to beat us this season, Liverpool. The only team
Twice.
to beat us that's not Liverpool at our ground, it was Man City, and that was in 2021. So we haven't lost to a team outside, obviously, the Big Six at home in a long time. So Arsenal, I feel like now that the pressure's off them, they could obviously put in a performance, and they understand what happened.
Well, the pressure's still on them.
No, but it's off them in terms of like they're not first, so
It's
they're
not in their
chasing now,
hands.
right? So
Still pressure to keep up, though.
yeah, but it's sort of changed a little bit mentally because
Yeah.
they're not being hunted down. So we could see a different Arsenal, but Newcastle at home, from what we've done to Spurs, United at our ground, we are relentless, and I feel like the boys are just going to keep going and getting stronger, and we want top four, and we want to get Champions League, and I'm so happy that we are where we are with these players, because these are the guys that were with us when we were fighting relegation. So to now be in top four, to be third, I don't think it's spoken about enough. But the game tomorrow, which I'm going to, I do feel like we can make it hard for them, but I do feel Arsenal will come out and they'll try and get us back for what we did to them last season. So
What do you think about Eddie Howe? Because when he first came in, a lot of people were talking about him potentially being a transitional manager while you brought the new ownership in to get you to a certain point, and then bringing someone else in to build the squad to challenge for Europe. But what he's done and how far he's got you, how far do you see him building his project?
with Eddie Howe, it's like all you got to do is just look at what he done with Bournemouth. It's not easy to have a team that's probably bottom of League Two to take them all the way to the Premier League, keep them there for a couple of years. And I watched an interview with him, and he was talking about how much it hurt him when they went down, and what he had to do. So he spent some time away from the game, and he studied himself. He changed his whole way of thinking. He started to write things down and have like a policy on certain things. So his own policy on let's say bad or players who aren't playing well, or players who are giving sort of bad vibes in the change room. So he's had to sort of change all of that. He went away to the top clubs in Europe to watch them train, to watch the top managers train. So he took some time to invest in himself, because he was saying how when he was at Bournemouth, it was just like there was no time to blink. So from him doing that, he was ready to come into Newcastle. And when we appointed him, I said, "This is the guy," because you know I could see where we were going and what he'd done at Bournemouth, and the way he's changed everything. Like,
So how far do you see him taking you, realistically?
Do you know what? Yeah, I don't even know, because he's brought us top three.
Do you
top
think
four.
he has the bottle for a title race in 3-4 years?
Bro,
Or the ability?
listen, with this squad, right, with players like John Linton, Longstaff, Jacob Murphy, Willock, all these guys were playing in our squad when we had Steve Bruce. Yeah, cool, we've brought in Bruno and Trippier, but still, like, the base of this team is still the same. And we're third after 1 year. So
But I'm talking about when he brings all the egos in and the even more top players, and you have to juggle all that kind of stuff in an actual title race, something 3-4 years down the line. Do you see enough in him to suggest that he can
I think he is well prepared for the next stages at Newcastle. From what he's done for us already, I feel like backing with some more extra money, he's well equipped to deal with those players. You know, because he himself, he said that he now knows how to deal with them. He's written down a policy for himself. So I would probably see him, like, people are saying, will he take us to the next level? We're there now. literally. And so now the next level is
But it's about
It's
maintaining
almost
that.
like you're growing with him
With
at the
him,
same
at
time.
the same
Like,
time. After 1
he
year.
hasn't been to this level, you haven't been to this level, but the fact that he's taking you there is giving you the belief.
Both
that
learning
it's
really
meant to.
well on the
Exactly.
job, basically.
So
Both of you.
I think
Don't have the
you
experience, but you're
you
learning.
give him the chance to run until he can't run no more.
Yeah.
So
I feel like
so-
what we did with Pochettino, let's be honest, because when he came in, he had no Champions League, he had no winning credentials, but you could see every season he was building something. It was like, all right, keep going,
Yeah.
until we decided, you know, we're not going to back him. Let's go and get Jose. I think the thing difference with you guys is you guys actually do have the backing. You do have an ownership that believes in him as well, I feel like. And as you said, with what he's done with the basic guys like Murphy and these
mad.
guys, he doesn't even strike me as the kind of manager who's going to this summer, for example, go for an Mbappe or
He's not gonna do that.
A Neymar is available. No, he's seen players like Isaac. Okay, I can develop him, I can mold him, I can turn
Hungry
him into one
players,
of my
yeah.
guys. Those kind of young, hungry,
Of course.
next ones up,
Of
rather
course.
than go for that has-been superstar, if that makes sense.
and he says part of his plan or his niche is to develop players. So that's why we're seeing players playing better under him, and I do feel like he can take us to that next level, which is now, but further on, which is to challenge with backing. Now that we're in top 4 or going to get top 4,
Who would be, if you had to give like 3 names
oh man, players that
this
want.
summer that if you think, all right, you know what, we're in the Champions League now, give me 1, 2, 3.
Right, so Champions League is so massive, right? And people think
You've got the
I'm
pool now
gassed.
as well, yeah.
Okay, cool. I want Declan Rice. People feel like we can't get Declan Rice in. Bro, we've got Champions League football. He's playing at West Ham. So for him, the next level up is Newcastle now. So Declan Rice, I'll take him out all day, 80 million. Because he fits the bill. He's English, he's young. We're building a young team around English players too.
Yeah.
Fits the bill.
one
Mason
of
Mount
the faces.
at Chelsea, he ain't playing.
Yeah.
He still
I
ends.
think you've got to aim a bit higher than that.
I was going to say Madison.
I'm hearing Neymar and
Madison.
Sadio
Madison
Mane.
and
No,
Rice
no,
is
no,
a
no,
two. Madison
about
Rice.
that.
Champions League winner Mason Mount.
With a Bruno in the middle.
But hang on a minute. But I'm saying Mason Mount because
I get what you're saying from the winning experience aspect of.
Also on how Eddie Howe plays. So obviously with a number 4 and 2 8s.
Yeah.
Madison changes that completely because now we've got to have probably a
More
10.
yeah.
Mason Mount is like Joe Willock where they got energy. Like they
I
can
don't think you need Mount at all.
they can do that role.
Got Anthony Gordon there
going
as
forward. Who? Anthony Gordon, but he's more of a winger.
What do you
Yeah.
think about him, by the way? Obviously, he's had his
He's young, bro.
disciplinary
Yeah,
issues and everything.
Yeah, but
If
he
he can't be
young.
coming off basically shrugging off Eddie Howe like that, and as you said, you know, he's obviously clearly
No, but that
changed
was
his
like 2
philosophy and
games
how
ago.
he
He
deals
played
with
well
players
after that,
Brentford,
didn't he?
yeah. With Gordon, it's like people forget he's 21. For Foden's 22, and so he's really young. He's got time to learn. He's coming to obviously Newcastle where it's a different setup for him. So he's gonna learn. Like he's not coming here to be that guy. Eddie Howe's gonna hash that out of him. Say, bro, I get that you want to play football, but don't bring that into this changing room.
Yeah.
But Mason Mount, I say that because of how he play. We play with number 8s, and I feel like Mason Mount is perfect because he helps us defensively and going forward.
Yeah.
He's
the third
that engine. The third one, it's a bit of a tricky one, man. But
'Cause I'm hearing, I mean,
I want,
in this report here, I'm hearing superstar players such as Neymar and Ronaldo
rubbish.
are around to take this
Ronaldo?
summer.
Please, man.
But I heard
there's a
Sadio
media
Mane as
report,
well,
yeah.
maybe to
No,
Newcastle.
I would want somebody that we're linked for a while. Is Diaby from Leverkusen. So again, a young player who can take. So who's probably better than what we
I
have.
like that because I always feel like that Almiron Murphy position. Yeah, they're guys who are doing jobs now.
Yeah.
But I feel like if they were coming off the bench, they also would still do the same job, if that makes sense. Like they're
course.
willing runners, they're
course.
pressers. But if you have that kind of extra bit of quality in someone like a Moussa Diaby,
Diaby.
I think the big thing you lot need to do to some of those offload ASM.
No.
I don't think
I don't think so.
he's the franchise piece. He thought he was going to be when the takeover happened, but you guys also seem to be fine when he's not there.
Yeah,
That's
but-
the other thing. So, and I hear the thing of, oh, he's coming off the bench, but he's on big wages as well. And I feel like if you do cash in on him, it kind of just moves away from the individualists within the dressing room.
Yeah,
and you
but-
fully buy into Eddie Howe.
But that's gone already though. That stuff doesn't happen anymore. But I feel like with ASM, bro, we're in Champions League now, so squad depth. So ASM is like Like the big teams now, like Liverpool or Man City, anyways, why they win isn't because of their first 11. It's because of their squad depth.
Yeah.
So we need to keep our quality, but also have that depth too. So even if he's not playing every game,
DRB ASM on the wings as well.
it's frightening.
Yeah.
And then
you know,
killing
you
man,
might be
he's like up
cooking
top.
something. You might be
It's
cooking
frightening.
something.
So why get rid of him when there's still room for him to improve under Eddie Howe?
Yeah.
And we have that quality in depth, and that's what we need. That quality in depth. So keep ASM, and obviously get a winger. Keep obviously Isak, and then obviously Mason Mount and Declan Rice. Oh,
I don't know. I think
Declan Rice is
ASM's
the one.
quite a frustrating player to watch. Like if I was a Newcastle fan, I'd get very frustrated with him. He's got all the talent, all the quality, but his end product and his decision making at times, it just leaves you baffled.
But it's getting better under Eddie Howe. It's getting much better.
Getting
we will
better,
see.
but like you said,
getting
the
better,
amount,
man.
the options out there, the plethora of options that you could get that would not only help the team more, but be a lot more consistent. I personally think it would be a good move.
I'm seeing 80 million for Rafinha, which I feel like is just Barcelona just being Barcelona.
No, I think that's a steal for a player like Rafinha. Personally.
80 million.
80
Honestly,
million.
you're getting ripped off, bro.
No, Rafinha is
80 million, bro.
Rafinha is one of the greatest players to ever grace Europe. He is unreal. His
Next
left
topic,
foot
please.
is
Next topic,
sweeter than
Why do you do this though? Like, what?
No, I'm genuine.
No, he's
Why do you do this
I
to
think
yourself?
Rafinha's-
It's not. It's
I
not.
genuinely think Rafinha's unreal. He's the best player
He's
I've
unreal,
ever seen
but
play in
not
person in my life.
not 80 million worth, man.
Okay, moving on swiftly. Joel, the 7 foot £400 free throw merchant, says Newcastle have to continue to spend smartly. Money doesn't equal success, as we know. Liverpool outspent United from the 90s to 2010 and won nothing. United 2013 plus outspent City and won nothing as well. You've been very, I wouldn't say careful, but
Shrewd,
methodical
smart, yeah.
around your signings, like Isak, who's been unbelievable. I think 10 goals in 17.
Isak was like the
One
one
assist, by the way.
the
That was
marquee-
the other
the
day.
marquee
against
signing, so
Everton.
that we spent
I
money
feel
on
like
him.
Bruno was the first one to say like, hey,
Yeah,
we're trying.
But the other
Isak was
guys,
the one we're learning our nut
the
tank.
Botmans, Dan Burn for 12 million,
Yeah.
the Trippiers for 12 million, the Nick Popes. These guys are the ones who I feel like
And
where
offered
they're
that
smart
stability.
because other clubs will spend probably 40 million and buy a right back or buy a keeper for 75 million, whatever. But we've done it our way, and I'm glad because everyone thought Neymar, Mbappe, da 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 da. Nah, man, we're doing it our way, and it's honest, and we're third in the Premier League, bro.
It's crazy.
It's mad.
It's been a mad season, hasn't it?